Good morning and welcome to Grizzly Disney Day, or Dreadful Disney Day, which was Mel's choice, which I think is actually better now, I'm regretting. But we're outside of the Haunted Mansion, wearing our Haunted Mansion polarized sunglasses, and we are heading to do all the things that are scary, spooky, creepy, spine-tingling, including Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Everest. I'm gonna tell you stories, hidden stories, including Haunted Mansion. Did you know that they constantly have to vacuum up remains in the Haunted Mansion because people like to leave ashes here. Also, there is a chair that people refer to as the Donald Duck chair, but it is not Donald Duck. It's a spirit chair that was designed by Raleigh Crump, and that it was for the Museum of the Weird, but that's probably the grossest thing in the Haunted Mansion. So you think vacuuming up people's ashes is weird? Guess what? People spit on that chair because demons or bad omens and spirits, in some cultures, you spit on them to ward them off. So that thing is riddled with spit. It was just used in a country western film.
Or is it your imagination?
Scary. They couldn't even close the door. There were so many people in here. So
dismaying observation.
If you want to really be scared of Disney,
This chamber has no windows and no doors.
I think he's one of the creepiest of the Sinister 11, Jack the Ripper. Oof. Not only is it a fear to be in a giant crowd, but could you imagine being stuck in a crowd and then not getting onto the Haunted Mansion because it's broken down? And then, fun fact, I've mentioned these before, the cobwebs are done with hot glue and a fan or pressurized air, and they literally just shoot hot glue all over into the air and it sticks and makes little cobwebs for them. Spooky, scary, spit-covered Donald Duck chair to ward off the spirits. Sitting in that would be the scariest thing in Walt Disney World. Somebody coming out of a coffin, and voiced by Exitensio, who wrote Grim Grinning Ghosts as well as Pirates. And I love that we're stuck in here. With any luck, we legitimately are stuck in here forever. And they turn the lights on and I legit freak out. This has been, one, this almost never happens, but two, this is like the absolute perfect place to get stuck in. Please, please, please break.
Attention coach callers, please remain seated. This ride will begin motion immediately.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Of course, our fun fact is we're getting a Hatbox Ghost, but these Hatboxes over here apparently had Constance's husband's heads, and there's all of their hats. So we will get a Hatbox Ghost right on that right-hand side. Bike riding ghosts are always freak me out. These guys all the way in the back. They're really creepy. And still no mummy, so that's scary to miss our friends. But the legit scariest ghost is over here on the right-hand side. Oh, we're slowing down a little bit. Maybe we'll get stuck. Maybe. There he is. The shrouded ghost, I think, is the scariest ghost of them all. So what else is creepy? I don't know. Latin for remember you must die? I don't know. That's kind of creepy. That's Loungefly? Mm-hmm. Oh, dang. Although look at the print. The print's like a little bit faded on the sides. Yeah. That's weird. It's like streamed.
Oh, they all are kind of.
And they're not. I would like it just a hair darker,
That's
but.
what I was about to say. It's a little light.
What's the rip on them?
70, I think.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, that is scary.
It's so cute though.
It is cute.
I love this one.
Ding dang, that is expensive. Yeah, the stretching room one, but it's just like not as functional. You know, like a circular bag like that.
It's only $40 though.
Yeah, I mean $40 is good. I like this bag too, but no side pockets makes it kind of not functional either. So. Also, what was creepy in here is back in the day, you could actually get your photo taken, and they would put it on this. It was like silver framing, or I'm screwing up the phrasing here, but it's basically like a plating that made you look like a ghost. It was really creepy and awesome. But then also in here, they used to have pictures of memento moris of some kids and stuff that were basically posed up when they were not with the living anymore. Oh, that's really pretty.
That's new.
Yeah. Also, that's new too.
Very much.
We're getting a lot more Hatbox.
New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean that is Disneyland's.
Yeah, that is
mansion.
cool. Who's this supposed to be?
And then the light up chest set is also there.
Who's that?
Word on the street, there is a Walt Disney creepy doll inside the Hall of Presidents. Okay, I was bamboozled. There is no creepy doll, but we did find this really cool key that was the key to Disneyland given to Richard Nixon. And the fun fact is that Richard Nixon happened to be did Disneyland more than any other standing president. All right, everyone from Pocket Fam is arguing with me that this is very creepy, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a doll in a window, but I mean, what's wrong with her? I mean, I guess the cracking on her face. Sure. Okay, I'll give it to you. You may not know that in Pirates, there's actually a ghost, a real ghost, waiting for you on the ride. Let's go ride it. All right, on Pirates, the backstory is that a welder named George, when they were building this attraction, actually died. So here in Walt Disney World, the cast members will actually say, "Good morning, George," and "Good night, George." Otherwise, the ride will actually break down more or sometimes not even open. So shout out and respect everybody in the chat. Say, "Hey, George, good morning." Safe.
So dramatic.
It is dramatic, and it smells good. So another fun fact is this middle guy actually shows up in the Haunted Mansion in the great room or the ballroom scene over the fireplace, as well as is over on Tom Sawyer Island. So there's actually, not only is there George the Ghost, but there's actually a Haunted Mansion ghost in here. Imagineers had a tendency to reuse their sculptures in the audio animatronics. A vampire! And although it doesn't really count for our Pirates Disneyland, it is rumored that there were human remains and still is one skull and bones over the one scene. I think it's the top of a bed. We made it to Tomorrowland, and we actually have to go not to tomorrow in the future. We have to go to the past for what I think is arguably one of the scariest attractions, definitely the scariest attraction that they've ever had at Walt Disney World, which is located right here. It was called Alien Encounter. Eventually it turns into Stitch's Great Escape. But the premise was Michael Eisner wanted to make the parks more like Universal, more adult themed. That's why they built Pleasure Island, which was always New Year's Eve. But Alien Encounter, you basically were linking up with this alien species that was moved their mayor through teleportation down to Earth and here in Tomorrowland. But guess what? It goes horribly wrong, and they unleash something that looks a lot like Sigourney Weaver's Alien that like licks your neck and you feel it, and a guy dies. It's spooky, man. It is definitely creepy, and kids were not expecting it. That's why they toned it down with Stitch's Great Escape, then eventually just got. So in Disneyland in the 70s, there was a cast member that was named Deborah Stone, and she was working at a Rotunda theater like Carousel of Progress, but it had been rebranded to America Sings. And America Sings took you through all these audio animatronics talking about American history. But the way that the Carousel of Progress rotates is the walls spin away from each other, where America Sings, the walls spin towards each other. So poor Deborah, it's 10:30 at night. It gets worse. It was the last ride of the night, and Deborah, who was a ride operator on America Sings, called her parents up to tell her she wanted to get engaged, and sadly, she started up the ride one last time and got pinned between the walls, and they heard shrieks. Awful, 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 awful. We're not going on the Carousel of Progress. Did not happen here in Disney World. That was in Disneyland, but similar theater. Apparently Ellie is saying these are $10, but my eye's moving. You gotta whip your head to get and then I guess when you move his ears is how, look, you can move his eye That's kind of spooky, right? And then they also have the Sully ones, but I don't think the Sully ones are as. I think they're cooler as just like a headband. But like wearing them, it's not as cool.
It's only 10.
If breaking your back on Space Mountain isn't horrifying, I don't know what it is. But when I did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, there is a scarier way, and it's with the lights off. To recreate that and make this even scarier, I would be wearing a blindfold. All right, don't hate. I couldn't get any other blindfold than this. So this is how I'm gonna be riding Space Mountain in a second. Here's something scary. Row 6, the back of Space Mountain. Clearly not the fastest, most jumbly, and scariest one to be in. Alright, I can't tell. We're stopped.
Yes. Oh, what you wear?
Alright, here we go.
Oh.
Alright, through the blue tunnel. Oh gosh, here it gets weird. Alright, here goes nothing. So why are the lights on? Whoa! It's on the backside. Oh, it does count. Oh, jeez. Oh! Oh! Yeah, we witnessed this. Oh, jeez! Oh! Oh! Oh. You wonder why I'm talking weird? It's because I saw the fangs in. Oh. Whoa! Wow, that's crazy, dude. Whoa! I know, tell me that. Like you can actually see it. It's not that bad when you can see.
No.
Wow. That is cool. Very cool. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, thank you. Ellie in the middle of the ride goes, "Take it off! You have to see the lights on!"
Yeah. It's been 20.
Looking the wrong way.
Somehow Ellie's looking the wrong way, and I know exactly where the camera is, even with a blindfold and fake teeth in. For a lot of people, just riding It's a Small World is scary, but for me, it's the clowns. So let's go look at some creepy dolls, your words, not mine, and creepy clowns, my words, not yours. All right, creepy fun facts. They never shut off the dolls here in this attraction. So in the middle of the night, they're always click-clacking about because the mechanics, it's easier for them to keep them moving rather than shut them down and bring them back. The other creepy thing that everybody says is that the doll's hair grows, which is not true, but people will say because of the humidity. It is nice and cold in here with air conditioning, so I don't know how humidity would be a thing. But they do occasionally change out the wigs, but that's a fun conspiracy theory. And also, my creepy clowns apparently has a brother over here. I always think of the creepy clowns at the very end of the attraction are the creepiest part for me, but it is a world of fears. Yeah, this is what what the girls always make fun of me for, because I'm horrified by these clowns. Especially the one on the right really gets me. He seems so cheerful. He is not cheerful. He is full of doom and gloom. Look at those eyes, dude. Don't tell me he's like a normal clown. Oh, he's like a normal clown. He is not a normal clown. And then, oh, to make matters worse, they throw one on a duck and go like, oh, you like Disney ducks? Well, I'm gonna ruin them for you forever by throwing this monstrosity on top. Ooh. So while a lot of people find the Country Bear Jamboree to be scary, I actually think the scariness is, poor Wendell. Like, look at that face. Oof. That is a tough one. It's that mask. That mask is serious. There he is. So we're jamming out of Magic Kingdom and we're gonna head over to Disney Springs to check out Gideon's, which is obviously the spookiest bakery here on property. And then of course, gotta look at the ganachery with all of its fun little spooky treats, including the dark chocolate caramel skulls. What? Yeah, they're really cool looking. So yeah, off to Disney Springs. All right, so we made it to Gideon's, and here is gonna be the October menu. Am I flipping that? There you go. And then the Frankenstein is a dark chocolate double stuffed Oreo and M&M cookie. And then the Bride of Frankenstein is white chocolate, golden Oreos and M&Ms. They also are doing the cake, and they also have these bites.
They have banana bread chocolate chips.
Yeah, the banana bread.
I have to get that.
Dude, the banana bread chocolate chip is very
Banana
good.
is like my favorite.
That's your jam?
Favorite dessert.
Dude, so
I'm gonna get that.
they do it really well here.
Like,
I do love just, the portraits are probably one of the coolest things here.
Yeah.
And like all the potions, and actually that's the owner of Gideon's. That's John, I think it's John Gideon. This vampire dude. They actually sell that as a t-shirt too. It's like a count. And then this little guy, the ghost, he's too old for this. Yeah, the vampire guy's my favorite, but then I always have to take a picture with this dude.
I like the girl above that guy.
Oh yeah, she's like very Addams Family. Yeah, it's just so cool in here. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, chocolate chip, banana chocolate chip, and then coffee cake, which I actually really like the coffee cake one. They have this Frank cake, which is double frosted. This is, I normally wouldn't say this, it's too much frosting.
No,
Every time I've gotten the cakes, I've like my stomach churns because it's so sweet.
They are, honestly. They're almost half-pound size each.
I'm so excited.
Okay, it's the first time.
Yeah, so I come to Springs, but the line is always like 4 hours. I'm that.
Delicious peanut butter cold brew, always fire. The Frankenstein. Double stuffed Oreos with Oreo crumbles on the outside and M&Ms, and then couldn't help ourselves to the peanut butter icing. And Ellie, what did you think on the banana? Would you get it again?
Oh yeah.
What do you think, like just Gideon's in general? Cool vibe, you like?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think the weight is a lot,
It's too much for cookies.
but it's people like us who fuel it because we waited in it. So.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think you know what it is. It's like the experience. Like if it didn't look the way it looked and it was just a bakery, we wouldn't wait.
No.
You know, and the fact that it's gothic makes it cooler.
Yeah.
You know, because the characters are so much fun inside. Yeah, you got chocolate everywhere, dude. All right, Frank. Let's get the Frank in. Oh, it's actually chewier.
Really? It doesn't look it.
Yeah, no, it is. I taste the Oreo crumbles, but I don't taste Oreo inside. I just taste a lot of chocolate, like their chocolate chip. M&Ms were a nice crunch, and the crumbles are a nice texture add too. But I didn't get any Oreo on this one. Maybe there's Oreo in another piece, I'll look. So, did find one little spot of Oreo, but I just kind of feel like I got,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I just ended up not getting. Not really even taste it. So,
Not Oreo.
yeah, I don't know. It's okay.
Oreo is such a mild flavor, anyways.
I like everything else. If it didn't say that it had Oreo in it, I would be a lot happier. And so, for that reason, 3.1. The mini ghost pinata, dark chocolate pinata filled with marshmallow treats. There's also some chocolate covered treats inside as well. Then they have the hot chocolate bomb on the back. Well, that one you bash in with a hammer, the mini one. This one you dump into hot water in it.
Yeah.
When it explodes, there's all this stuff inside of it. Yeah, exactly. You get it. You get it.
For hot chocolate.
I do have a chocolate skull up there. Hocus Pocus with the Sisters Elixir Cocoa Bomb, the mini ghost pinata, and then these little guys are caramel dark chocolate skulls for 15 bucks. So I actually like the Bombolini here, which is what the over at the France Pavilion at Vivo Gelato should be. It's a Italian donut with ice cream inside, and then they panini press it. It's so much better than the brioche ice cream sandwich. They got a Frankenstein's Monster, mint chocolate chip shake, jack-o'-lantern, vanilla gelato, orange Fanta, and then the vampire, vanilla gelato and Sprite.
Why is it red?
Because it's a vampire. I don't know, they put cherry something in it, you know? I don't know. The, my girls the other day, my oldest goes, "Dad, do you know that Frankenstein doesn't even have a name?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Frankenstein, he doesn't have a name." I said, "Well, technically everybody calls him Frankenstein, but it's Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein's monster. So you're right, he's just monster, he's just a monster." And she's like, "I know, but that's not his name." And I was like, she was blown away that Frankenstein was not Frankenstein monster's name, which actually probably most adults don't even know that.
Oh, I didn't.
We now have a Jack Skellington waffle sundae, chocolate soft serve, marshmallow, chocolate shavings, and orange sprinkles.
I think I'd have to go.
So I'm standing outside, tough to be a bug, arguably one of the scariest things you can do here, especially because of the spiders. But look, we just ran into Kevin, so why not? Kevin! I love it. The head tilt is everything. Kevin is one of the coolest character performers that they have there. Look at the feetsies. Kevin.
Feel free to take those photos from the
The little flappers on Kevin on the side go off occasionally. So those little wings. So cute. All right, it's tough to be a bug. If I zoomed in, I'm super zoomed. So tough to be a bug, one of the scariest things in here in the Tree of Life. It's because the spiders and hopper are quite terrifying. And if you don't want bugs crawling up your keister, also scary. But it's such a great, it's the best 3D show that we have on property right now, followed by Phil R Magic. Fun one, but certainly spooky. And we had to pivot rather than go to Epcot, because we just figured we have more time. This way we can link up with our good friend Cheryl by 4 o'clock. So Everest, Dinosaur, Audi 500.
Going live to our control.
Corporation invents time travel. Corporation profits off time travel. Scientists profits off of bringing back dinosaur. That is scary. This is like the Apple of time travel.
Hello there.
Dr. Seeker.
Our little trans-dimensional joyride, folks. I'm Dr. Seeker, your friendly controller and a heck of a paleontologist.
If I do say myself.
Here's a scary fun fact. McDonald's used to sponsor this ride.
And those are the chemical equations for ketchup, mustard, and mayo.
Polyuramus.
Hadrosaur.
Raptor.
Time to get serious. Locking autopilot on home computer. Now what?
Carnotaurus.
So a lot of people find Everest to be scary. I don't, but we're gonna up the ante and we're gonna ride Everest blindfolded. Okay, we've made it to Everest and lights out for me. I can't. So there you go. Well, we're clearly doing the beginning part. This is the weirdest thing ever. Okay. Oh, ow. I couldn't prep myself on that. Hang on. Gotta pull this down a little bit more. ridiculousness. All right, I feel like I can maybe get the waterfall. Okay, if I remember the ride, Everest is right in front of us. Now we're going underneath a little tunnel-ish area. Okay, now we're going, there should be a hawk up here, maybe. Do we hear the hawk noise? There it is. So it must be up there to the left. Oh no. Is there hair ties? Probably hair ties over here. Whoa! Okay, we should be coming up to a slowdown right here. Yep, slow down. Change of track. Yeti should be up here to the upper right, kind of. I don't know if I'm looking at him. It's breaking up the track probably right now. Okay, now we're going forward. Big drop. Camera's gonna be here on the left-hand side. Smile. Here comes the drop! Oh, jeez! Okay, hang on. Hold on to the camera! Hold on to the phone, dude. Don't drop it. Okay, we're going inside. Disco Yeti time. Disco Yeti should be up here to the right in 3, 2, 1. Probably there. I don't know if you saw. Ellie was scared. I was not. And we're slowing into the final breakdown. Left-hand turn and we're out. So we're still, we should be still, we're still in the tunnel. All right, we're making the left-hand turn. We should be out. And there you go. There's Everest with a blindfold on. I pretty much know the ride pretty good without watching any of it. We're all the way up there, but it's hard to see the blindfold. I'll have to pull up a picture of it. I mean, this is like so intense.
Oh my gosh. I like it at night. I love it.
It's so cool.
It's nice in the daytime, but at night it takes.
Well, because you can see all of the unique, like little details that you would miss.
Yes, I'm sorry. I just
No,
like
you're
Ellie.
good.
I know. I'm like poking at her. Okay.
That's so cool.
There is,
And you know, I mean, Halloween is just such a different time. I know they do big for Christmas, but would you say Halloween is more popular?
They're kind of.
Decorations look great. Thank you so much. No worries. No worries. They deserve it.
You guys will have to see my Mickey Mouse lamppost that I have in the cabin too. Oh, I have clients who
Oh.
just send us nice modern.
Spooky. Mm-hmm. Like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Look, they wrote something on there. I don't know
Tell
what
me
it
if you want me to go
said.
faster or slower, you know, type of.
Oh, you know, you're perfect. Everything you're doing is a-okay by me. This is awesome. Thank you again for letting us
Oh my God.
jump and hang on. Look at
here?
Cheryl.
Not. Hey. How could we not invite you guys? You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad that it worked out in terms of timing for everybody. Oh, see, I can do that.
That's it.
Cheryl, that's where you'll be in Walrus Carp Travel Agency. We'll set you up real nice.
I can see the walrus on it right now.
It'll be like Brandon, the tiniest camper ever.
This is a big one.
Oh, this is awesome.
Here's Cruel.
Oh, wow, this is like a universal family. Beetlejuice, yeah, Halloween Horror Nights.
There's a blow-up.
Yeah, they're setting it up. I also like how, you know, a lot of people are bringing their own signage too, like for their campsite to talk about their family. Oh, they did like popcorn buckets too. Oh, dude, Princess and the Frog. It's scary, man.
Wow.
Madame Odie's got some things going on. Dr. Facilier with his voodoo emporium. It looks so good. It's so cool.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Dude, they do such a nice job. Yeah, this is incredible decorations, people.
It's just a Halloween walk.
They used to have the walkthrough.
Oh, this used to be the walkthrough.
They won't let them do the walkthrough because of liability now.
Oh, that's a shame. But they used to like, they used to do like their own tour. Oh wow, yeah. Oh geez, they really.
This is serious.
No way.
So tonight they'll pull at night.
Memento Mori.
You can kind of see like.
Hey, it's like little vignettes in everything. Wow, that's crazy.
Set up yet. Wow.
But they've kind of been building on it for years.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, oh, look, there's the seance room and the attic.
That is awesome.
Oh, that's sick. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
We love it. You guys did such an awesome job.
Come by when it's done.
Yeah, their decorations are, nothing is spookier than having late fees on your Blockbusters VHS rentals. I love all the DVDs. For most people who are watching this, you don't remember having to fight over new releases. There was only like 30 of them, but so fun. And there's the Mater. There's the,
There's another one. There's several of them.
oh, there's several of them? They are so cool, the
There's
Maters.
a place here that makes
Oh, that makes them? Yeah, those Mater golf carts are unbelievable. $8,000 for them. Okay, well, it believes it.
golf cart.
And this, people must pick specific sites too every year, right?
Yeah, a lot of the time they'll request
They're not
the
guaranteed,
same
but
site.
But like, cause you want to probably be near some of like, this is clearly a very pro Halloween area.
This is the Hamptons of Fort Wilderness.
The Hamptons.
You think I'm
It's a
kidding.
Fort Wilderness.
You think I'm
it's because the people who stay in there have this money.
Oh yeah, like I mean, look at that thing.
Exactly.
See what they're pulling their RV with.
And then you'll find like
Oh, yeah.
Porsches.
That's
will
like
show
a-
up every now and
It's like a
again.
Mack truck.
He usually has a Lotus there.
Oh, nice.
That Ford 150, I think.
Very cool.
Holy, those are nice golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
Ranch stickers on them.
A lot of people like this up there. These people come several times a year and they have outfits depending for the Stormtrooper army.
Oh, so the Stormtrooper army changes.
Yeah, at Easter time they're bunnies.
They have their own outfits.
Ridiculous human beings.
It's so much fun though.
It is.
It's cute.
Silly.
Silly but cute. People appreciate it. I guarantee everyone who stays at Fort Wilderness goes, did you see the Stormtroopers? What are they dressed in?
Yeah.
What are they dressed in? Have to ask.
This is the way to trick or treat.
Oh, that's cute. This is the way to get your candy.
Do people like go trick or treating around here?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a little Humvee. Mm-hmm. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. There it is.
I want to live here.
Here's the what do you
Oh yeah, yeah. What's the Mac? Mac is the name of him. It's Mac. It's Mac.
At night they
Rusty's. That's all I can remember.
Rusty's. With a little luck. With Rusty's.
Don't forget look like that.
That's so cool.
It lights up at night.
But you technically get like the back area too.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of the times when you want to like reserve a campsite, I like to get them where they're like on the canal bank because you
Oh,
have
'cause you get
extra
that-
little step back, and it's like having like more space. But yeah.
That's a good tip.
And two, we kind of like talk with our clients. For instance, like I had some that had very young children and they wanted to be away from the water. You know, type
That
of
makes
thing.
sense. Yeah,
So,
totally.
you know, you do have to know your kids and stuff like that.
And that's where this premium meadow comes into play as well, because then like the pool and the playground's right there, so it's easy to get to.
So many haunted mansions. Like,
Oh yeah, I think everybody has either the dune buggy or the hitchhiking one.
There's another pin.
I think they're the.
Cool. Oh, here comes the Jurassic Park.
But they just
This Jurassic Park one is top
I think
notch.
you're right, because the posing looks
They look
exactly
the exact same
Because
size.
hands on his
I need to get the Jurassic Park one. You want to go dig in the site?
I like how they have the Barbasol down there with Dennis Nedry's like outfit. Oh, Mr. DNA's on the Jeep.
Okay, this is the ode to the Fort Wilderness.
Oh, the railroad. Sadness. Gorgeous. Thank you, cast members. Aww. And the cast members are skeletons.
They work themselves to death.
But the spookiness continues. We made it to studios. We spent so much time. We had to cut something. We ended up cutting Epcot. But we're going on Tower of Terror. You got to see Caesar the Dummy, who's super, super spooky. And look, there's a new Phantasmic sign over here on the right-hand side. Which, not gonna lie, Ellie doesn't like it, but I like it.
I like it. I don't like the whiteboard.
I don't know. I like it. I like that it's on a light board. You don't like that though.
It's a little,
You wish it was a billboard.
I wish it was a normal backlit building.
Yeah.
I wish it was.
Yep. I get you. All right, let's get on that service elevator. Time check 8:23. Did everything except for we missed Mission Space and Figment Moon, which I feel like are slight reaches, but a lot of people are scary.
A little bit of a stretch anyway.
Yeah.
Mission Space is scary, but not spooky.
Right. I would agree with you.
It might be a little spooky, but you can do that one.
Unneeded. We're okay.
Yeah, you can't do Fort Wilderness.
Yeah, to see Fort Wilderness lights, which I'm gonna have. I mean, you guys saw it on the vlog.
It was
Awesome. And then there's gonna be another episode which is more of the lights. So if you liked what you saw here, just go look on our YouTube channel. There's gonna be a whole other one that's just Fort Wilderness lights.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas you just crossed over into
the Twilight Zone. Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, we're going over again. Uh-oh, we're safe. I think we're done. We hit it. That's the end.
Literally sitting there.
Here's the photo I took of you.
Okay, hang on. What do you got? Hang on, I gotta zoom out. Oh, jeez. Dude, that is, it actually looks like a horror show. That is like scary. Is that a ransom video? What? So I pretty much figured out that I know almost all of the rides by heart because I've ridden them so many times. So even riding it blindfolded, I pretty much knew if we were at the first or the second window, whether we were down at the bottom at the rumbly section and then going flat back up. It's fun. It's kind of like a test of your ability to see whether or not you can do it. But we're gonna ride Tower again. No biggity, and then we're heading to MK to do our Haunted Mansion to close out all the spookiness. Such a fun day.
It only takes one
I freaking can't. I can't. All right, so we have to say goodbye to Tower Terror as we head over to Magic Kingdom to finish out our night. All right, we made it. Last park of the night. Last things to do. MK. There you go.
You're cadaverous.
So it's a great optical illusion. It really feels like the room is stretching, only if you get really, really close underneath the gargoyles. If you look across the room, it doesn't feel like that, but if you're all the way underneath,
stretching,
freaks you out.
Or is it your imagination?
Like I feel like I'm sinking. Don't you feel like you're sinking into the floor?
And consider this dismaying observation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This chamber has
Almost looks like a closet with this really demonic center face, but when you're that stretching room number 1, stretching room number 2, and in the center, that actually will take you to the projection room for the Aging Man or the Portrait of Dorian Gray. And another fun fact is all this wallpaper is got like a felt to it. Like I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like it almost reminds me of like this old backlight or black light like movie posters that would have like velvet on it. So much fun. You may have never ever stared at these portraits. That is part of the Sinister 11. They used to be in the hallway that's right after this loading. That's Dracula, Witch of Walpurgis, the Ogre, and of course the Hatchet Man, who is our ghost host. Not to be confused with Master Gracie, who is technically the Aging Man now. And then the Sea Captain is also a part of the Sinister 11. Well, I hope you enjoyed this spooktacular day where we went and did all the scariest things we could find in Walt Disney World. I had a blast. My name is Kurt from MarsCart.com. I have to get away from the real Witch of Walpurgis. Cheryl. Check out MarsCart.com for the latest hacks, snacks, and fun facts, and of course, stretching room merch, sunnies. Love you guys. Bye.